Another month has flown by in the Republic of Bad Cryptopia, and it's time for a monthly wrap-up. Bitcoin hits an all-time high. Dilbert is getting in on the crypto action, and we reveal if Travis or I picked the winning coin for the month. Hint, it was me. It's a special Bad Crypto Quickie episode for those with short attention span. Let's do this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition.
Who's bad?
Yep, it's a Bad Crypto Quickie and no cigarette needed afterwards. How's it going, Travis?
That is true. That's good. We figured, you know what? It reminds me of that Flight of the Conchord song, business time. It's like, because when you make love with me, you only need 2 minutes, but it's 2 minutes of excellence or whatever. So, we give you 2 minutes of podcast is going to be excellent.
I got my business socks on. Yeah.
It's business time.
It's an abbreviated show with lots of punctuation, commas, apostrophes, exclamation points, maybe some question marks, and perhaps a hashtag or two. So not your typical format, but we're going to cover a few things for you here. But the first thing we want you to know is Travis and I are planning on going live again, a Bad Crypto Live episode, probably sometime next week on Facebook Live. And you'll want to be notified beforehand, but there's only one way to do that. How do they do that, Travis?
Oh, we're tricky. We would like you to join our newsletter, and we think that would be helpful. You actually will get the heads up on when we are doing those live events where you can, it's 10 o'clock, you guys, somewhere in the world.
I heard that. Yeah, Travis is across the ocean, and so that's part of the reason we're doing the Bad Crypto Quickie is because we wanted to get content to you guys, but the bandwidth is really challenging. So sign up for our newsletter. We usually try to email once a week. It turns out sometimes it's every other week, but we will notify you when we're going to go live, and you'll also get other content, of course. We like to put goodies in the newsletter that aren't necessarily on the show. So go to badco.in/news and just put your name and email address in there, and you will be signed up and ready to go. I know I already gave a spoiler on who won the October token wager, but let's go ahead and go to that segment and pick it apart now. This is the October token wager update, and now to Travis Wright to give us the information.
The information is as follows, folks. Joel and Travis are not financial advisors. By evidence, as the token update results are in.
Well, last month, you won handily.
Oh, yeah.
But this month, I won doubly handily. But not by virtue of my wisdom, but your investment.
That's true. We went to this conference, the Nexus Earth Conference. They are literally launching satellites into space, creating a decentralized internet. And how is their token at 99 cents now? It doesn't make sense to me. It was like $3 a couple months ago.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, at the beginning of each month, Travis and I each pick an altcoin, and we say, okay, we're going to put $100, invest in this coin. And so on the first day of the month, or the first episode of that month, we decide what we're each picking and why we're picking it. And then we check in at the end of the month to see how that particular token has done. Now I chose Ripple, which is XRP, one of the coins with the largest market cap, but like 80 billion coins are out there. And at the beginning of the month, October 1st, it was about 19.7 cents is around where I invested. And at the end of the month here, it is at 20.2 cents. So that is a net win for myself of enough pocket change to not make a difference. But Travis invested in Nexus, NXS, which I agree. These guys are rocket scientists and they're doing some amazing stuff. But what did you buy at on October 1st?
I bought it at $1.96.
And it ended the month at 99 cents.
So Travis and Joel are not financial advisors.
Yeah. I'm hoping that our producer Aaron puts a wah, 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 wah sound effect.
It would have been smarter just to keep your money in Bitcoin.
It is, and I like this game. Do you want to play a game?
Global thermal crypto nuclear war.
And we will do this again as we approach the next episode. We're going to go ahead and pick some coins for that. But let's go ahead to the Bad Crypto Quickie news desk.
That should be. We should get some serious like 1940s news alert.
Good evening. This is Roger Mudd. For those that remember Roger Mudd. Here's the latest news from the Bad Crypto news desk itself. James Altucher has said yes to appearing on our program.
Said yes. Oh my God.
I know. And we're probably going to do the interview soon. We're just trying to schedule our people are calling his people and their voicemails are calling our voicemail. And
Travis needs to not be on internet in hotels in strange countries.
Yeah. So James will be on an episode in the near future. But in other news, take a look at Bitcoin. Bazinga, baby.
Oh man, it's just wild taking a look at it because here I am. I'm on in the other hemisphere over here, and it's so wild. Here it goes, boom, 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 boom. Now it's over 5,000 euros, right? It's like 5,400 euros or something too, and it's $6,400
real money. Yeah, $6,400 is what it broke through.
In real money. In real money,
not that play euro money. And because like fiat is real money, right?
Right. You know what's so funny? It's like I did a presentation here in the Netherlands, and I talked about that today. And it was like, what's interesting about Bitcoin is there's only going to be 21 million of them. Unlike the euro, they just print as many as they want. They just keep the printing machine on.
Well, here's why we think this has happened. The CME group, they call themselves the world's most diverse financial marketplace, made up of CME, CBOT, NYMEX, COMEX, and KCBT. I don't know, but CMEgroup.com.
OMG, LOL.
Right. They tweeted today that we're launching Bitcoin futures to provide a regulated trading venue for the digital asset marketplace. And some analysts, including our very good friend Max Kaiser, and by good friend, I mean we spent 30 minutes with him, predicted that peaks are coming. In fact, he tweeted shortly thereafter, 7,000 staring us in the face.
Oh my goodness. So Bitcoin has just been going pop, 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 pop. It's hit all-time highs. It is at an all-time high right now.
Which is super fun.
Super fun watching it go. And it almost seems as if the fork, what is it? It really was not even a blip in the road at this point.
It was more like a spork. It doesn't know what it wanted to be. Is it a spoon? Is it a fork? Is it a knife? It was
almost like, yeah, no, sorry, you're not going to.
Not even cutlery is basically, what it said. But here's what is cool is I found this story on CoinDesk. And as we're talking about futures, the future are the younger generation. And there was a survey that was put out by LendEDU. They asked 1,000 U.S. citizens about Ether and Ripple, the XRP token we just talked about here at the end of the month. And they asked them a bunch of questions, but, have they heard of these and would they invest in them? 31.6% of the respondents heard of Ethereum and 18% plan to invest in it. But the real interest, and 22% heard of Ripple. But the real interesting thing is that about a third of the people between the ages of 18 and 44 planned to invest in Ether. So there's more and more of the respondents that are younger are saying, hey, we're digging this crypto thing.
Right. So you mean to tell me 222 of the 1,000 people who were interviewed said they had heard of it. Now I wonder, that's interesting for them to say they have heard of Ripple. If they're not in crypto, that's wild.
What do you need to hear to have heard of it? Maybe some people say yes and they think they've heard of it, but maybe
they just say because they're just BS and like, oh yeah, I've totally heard of that, you guys.
Right.
Oh.
I'm sure that happens. People like to appear smart,
I'd say that. You've heard of Ethereum? I'm like, yes. Oh yes, I've totally heard.
I have no idea what that is. Next up is the story from Cointelegraph, and it's really an editorial piece speculating. Darren Pollock wrote this piece, and he posited this question: what if Satoshi Nakamoto sold all his Bitcoin today? And of course, Satoshi Nakamoto is the mysterious person who created Bitcoin, and basically nobody knows who he is. Nobody knows where he is, and it's estimated that he could own over 1 million Bitcoin.
Yeah, and when you read through this thing, and it talks about about Bitcoin's role and how it's growing, and it talks about that if if Bitcoin fulfills its role of becoming a global currency, then Satoshi Nakamoto would likely be the richest person in the world and also hold a proportionately higher share of the ultimate supply of Bitcoin than something like the U.S. government's hold in gold today. 4 to 5 times, and actually that would only be about 4%. Or actually, what does it say? Yeah, about 4% of Nakamoto's stake in Bitcoin.
So what were to happen if he were to put up his coins for sale? Well, the market obviously would be flooded, and the price would probably just go.
Yep, that is why they have these algorithms. You know, there are these exchanges out there that are high frequency crypto exchanges that are, that some of these companies and stuff have built. Because it's interesting when you take a look at all the networks. If you go on any particular coin on CoinMarketCap and then click on the markets, you can see which markets and the exchanges that those coins have been traded on. And then you can see in some case, like, oh, in South Korea on this one, it's trading at 6,700. Oh, well, down here it's trading at 6,200, right? And so they're able to do arbitrage on these coins in a high frequency way.
That's a lot of work. That's
well, not when it's programmatic, not when it's all done for you.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Last story that I want to talk about, this one particularly fascinating to me. Do you follow Scott Adams at all on Twitter?
You know what? Not actively. I check, if it comes through my feed or I've noticed it somewhere, I might watch it. I know what's going on. I know who he is and how he leans.
Why don't you tell people who is he?
Scott Adams is the creator of Dilbert, right? That cartoon strip that's been in newspapers for forever, right?
Yeah.
And I guess he's talking about doing a token launch.
Yeah, he is. He's calling. He is saying that he wants to do an ICO for WenHub. WenHub, a time visualization firm that he co-founded. They're preparing to launch a token of their own, and he is getting into the space. He wants to be involved in this. Adams is really an interesting cat. He's political. He's very outspoken. He does a lot of live videos that comment on the current state of the union. And he actually just released a new book that's called Win Bigly: Persuasion in a World Where Facts Don't Matter, which is getting in. Of course, it's got a Dilbert cartoon character on the front wearing a Donald Trump hairstyle. So he's very visible and very outspoken. And, I really love that he's forward thinking here. And now he wants to start blockchaining some stuff. I don't know that much about the project yet, but apparently they're starting really soon.
Yeah. And it's kind of confusing because it's called the WhenHub, WHEN hub. And then it's on the Win platform, WIN. So they're confusing, blurring the lines of what's what, right? Which one's the coin? Is Win the coin with EN or IN? Or, it's kind of interesting. But it seems to me like a really cool idea.
I think we need to maybe contact them and see about getting Scott on the show. He'd be a fun interview.
We have some questions we need answered in the Bad Crypto universe here, you guys.
We'll try to make that happen.
We were able to will into existence our good friend that we were wanting to have on the show that we don't know yet, but Mr. Altucher will be on shortly. And that is awesome.
Yeah.
Right. So hopefully we can keep the train rolling.
So Scott Adams, come on the Bad Crypto podcast and let's talk about all the things that are on your mind, my friend.
Earth calling Adams. Come in, Adams. Remember that? Nanu. When I had to throw
right. Smoke signals. Maybe that'll do. Or Morse code.
Calling Austin.
Something. Send him some bad coin that will get his attention. And yes, we will have Bad Cryptober, Bad Coin Distributed after Travis gets back from his trip. So hang tight on that. And hope you've enjoyed this Bad Crypto Quickie. Hope it was good for you. Travis, was it good for you?
Was it good for you? Oh my gosh, you guys. This was one of the best ever because they didn't have to.
You're going to love the next episode, gang, because we are pulling together quotes from some of the leaders in the financial sector, politics, and we're going to be speculating on whether or not Bitcoin can go to $1 million sometime in the future. So make sure you join us for that. That'll be episode
1 million Bitcoin.
Catch you guys soon. Stay bad.
Who's bad?
The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor.